This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. It's a police committee meeting for March 14th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Have something to read here real quick. No, wrong one. Next page. Okay, here we go. This meeting will be conducted by video conference without a physically present quorum of the village board because of the disaster declaration related to COVID-19 and public health concerns affecting Winnebago, according to the executive orders of Governor Pritzker. The village president determined that an in-person meeting at the village hall with all participants is not practical or prudent due to the capacity of the village hall. A member of the public body will be present at the location as required by the executive order. That is myself, Stan Malagranda, trustee. Physical public attendance at the village hall is not feasible, so alternative arrangements for public access to hear the meetings are available at www.villageofwinnebago.com. The remote meeting link is provided in the agenda if you wish to attend via phone or an internet accessible device, PC, tablet, or smartphone, and will be recorded and made available to the public. Public comment. This portion of the village board meeting is reserved for anyone wishing to address the board. The Illinois Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 120/1 mandates no action shall be taken on matters not listed on this agenda, and the board is not required to take any action or discuss the matter further. We request that you sign up ahead of time. Provide your name, address before speaking to assist us with the orderly conduct of the public comment portion of the meeting. Limit presentation to 3 minutes. The request for public comment can be picked up at the village office and is also available online at villageofwinnebago.com. That all being said, there is no public comment. Number 3, do we have any disclosure or conflict of interest?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to number 4. Approve the minutes from February 3rd, 2021. We'll look for a motion for that.
Am I the only one?
You are right now.
Julie's gonna be late, so she might chime in here anytime soon.
Okay, so moved.
Okay, Stan Malagranda seconds. We'll do a roll call vote. Don Kimes?
Yes.
Stan Malagranda, yes. Number 5,
Let's move that into executive.
potential new hire. We'll do that one in executive session at the end. Number 6, legislative information.
I provided some information about when this new, what they're calling the Safety Act now, the new legislation that Governor Pritzker signed, it lays out when certain aspects of that law go into effect. I don't see any real potential right now. There will be a problem at this point. You look at review of qualified immunity, that's going on. That's supposed to be done by July 1st, 2021. Death in Custody Act, July 1st. Got a report to ICJIA. Community Law Enforcement and Other First Responder Partnership Deflection and Substance Abuse Disorder Treatment Act. That goes into effect July 1st, 2021. The Attorney General Act, misplacing investigations, pursue civil actions against officers, maintain police misconduct records, duty to intervene, duty to render aid. Law enforcement misconduct is officer commits to misconduct for misrepresenting or withholding information about another officer's conduct. Citation in lieu of custodial arrest mandates law enforcement shall issue a citation in lieu of custodial arrest upon proper identification for those accused of traffic offenses in Class B and C criminal misdemeanors. 3 phone calls, that's to do with the jail, not really what has anything to do with us. No knock warrants, allows for no knock warrants if the interaction is recorded or if a body camera are worn. January 1, 2022, new certification, decertification provisions. The Body Camera Act, ours, because of our population, doesn't go into effect till January 1st of 2025, along with another list of lots of other things. For 20, oh, I'm sorry, I missed some stuff. Prohibit certain kinds of use of force, that's July 1st. Use of force restriction, underlying offense for obstructing, restoration of driving privileges, military equipment, monthly reporting for mental health crisis, use of force, body camera video review. It basically says officers can't review their video before they write their report. CIT curriculum, crisis interventions training. New mandatory requirements every 3 years for training, 12 hours hands-on scenario-based role-playing, 6 hours on use of force, including de-escalation. You can read the list there. New requirements for probationary officers, mental health screenings for officers, and then some things that go in July 1st, 2023. I don't see a whole lot. I mean, there are some things in this. The prohibitions of certain use of force restrictions, underlying offense for obstructing, restoration of driving privileges, mental health crisis reporting, body camera review. I think they're just trying to catch you. You write your report without reviewing your body camera. The training requirements, there's been no mandates yet as to how that's going to be paid for. Probationary officer, CIT. So there are some things that are going to affect us come July 1st, but the change for the custodial arrest of Class B and C misdemeanors. We don't do no knock warrants, so I'll just say that's going to be a big deal.
For you.
So, like I said, this is just a review for everybody to look at to see when things went into effect. I think, Don, you mentioned to me that you got one from Brad Cole. It was basically a similar outline of when things went into effect.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so you guys see what that is. I just want to put that out to everybody so everybody else can see it. I'm gonna move on.
Yep. Number 7 is the administrative tow fee report.
So I gave everybody a copy of the whole tow report from when its inception to 2021. We've gotten 2 tow-ins or admin tows this year so far. Both vehicles have been paid for and picked up from the tow operator, so there's been no hearings requested. So we're just waiting on payment from A to Z Towing for those.
Number 8, monthly statistics.
Just providing the crimes that were committed in January and February. It shows on there, citations written, what sort of crimes we've investigated or responded to. Try and put that out every month so everybody can see it. I think Todd was doing it in the actual board meeting, regular board meeting for everybody.
Yep.
And I thought this would be a more appropriate place for it. So that's why it's here, just kind of a review.
Number 9 is Chief White's report.
We did get our certification for NIBRS, which is the National Incident-Based Record System. It's going to take, the state of Illinois was required to be NIBRS compliant by the end of 2020, but they didn't make it. They're still working on compliance with the FBI for that. I have submitted 6 months worth of those numbers to the FBI, and we received our certification the other day. So our submission is to the FBI, as far as the NIBRS database, are accurate and up to their standards. So as long as we keep those standards up, we won't have any problems with the FBI submitting NIBRS numbers to them. I really don't have anything else at this point for that.
When do you get your second shot?
The 19th, most of us got it on the same day on 2/9.
Okay.
So we're
I'll go in
coming.
tomorrow.
Do you get your second one?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
will.
got a little over 2 weeks to go back. So
All right, we'll move on to number 10, Sergeant Half's report.
I don't have a whole heck of a lot. Vehicle leasing options, enterprise leasing is not going to be an option because we need at least 7 vehicles in our fleet. So I'm exploring other companies. There are a few out there. However, I have a feeling that a lot of them are going to end up being like enterprise, and we might just be too small for their options. However, we can also lease through a bank, but we would have to contact the bank and figure out what rates are available, and I think would be more of a Sally Bennett question than so much us.
Well, I know that probably about 3-4 years ago, we had checked into that also. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that.
Todd did, I don't want.
Yeah, Todd did. But go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll just have to keep exploring that, and I'm waiting to hear back from 2 companies in particular that I know do vehicle leasing for government agencies. Next item on my list is vehicles and equipment status. 113, which is the Ford sedan, did have a check engine light, and it was a issue with the,
There she is.
there she is.
Hello.
113 had a check engine light, but that was an issue with the catalyst system. And that was basically just water gathering in the catalytic converter and not burning off correctly. The check engine light is off. The vehicle's running just fine. We haven't had any further issues with it. 117, which is the silver SUV, is operating within normal parameters, and so is the Chief's vehicle 120. We recently had an issue with the computer out of 113 where it developed wanted a password for Microsoft that we didn't have. We contacted both the manufacturer and our IT department. Neither one of them could really come up with anything, so it is now back at IT for a complete wipe and reinstall of all the software. It is the second time we've had to do that to that computer.
And just so you know, we questioned GTAC. We sent that particular computer back to GTAC because it had a touch screen issue. That was the second time it was sent back. The second time they replaced the touch screen. And when we got it back, that's when and we did an update for Microsoft, that's when the issue arose. So there's still a question whether or not that something that GTAC did to the computer caused that issue to arise. We're still working on trying to figure that out. If that's the case, I think I'm going to try and send the bill for uninstalling and reinstalling all the software on a computer to GTAC. They want to look into it a little farther on their end to see what technician worked on the computer when they had it, to see if there's something that they did that caused the issue. So we're going back and forth with them right now to find out what the problem was.
And then the last thing on my list is, well, the last thing on the list for open meeting is VPN and internet connection issues. I've had officers and office staff report to me that they are unable to connect to the VPN. As soon as I get an email from, say, Sally Bennett, who she has a problem with the VPN, usually about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, I forward that email over to Rockford IT to take a look at. And in the few times that I've gotten a response from Rockford IT, they've said, well, we can log in without a problem. So I'm not sure if it's our internet connection, if it's instability with the VPN or a firewall issue. However, I'll come in at 6 o'clock in the morning and talk to the night shift officer, who will then tell me that they had issues with it all night long. and had to resort back to our backup VPN, which is working, but we're still supposed to only be using that under emergency cases only. And as far as I'm concerned, them not being able to communicate with the 911 center constitutes an emergency. So they're working through it as much as they can. And we've only had a couple issues here at the office since, and I still continue to maintain a log of all the VPN and internet issues that we have here in the office.
Okay, just to say that trustee O'Rourke had logged in
512.
5:12.
Yep.
Julie, do you have any questions? We are going to go into executive session for number 5. Is there any questions that you have of any of the other items that we have on the list?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
And there wasn't really a whole lot there, but we
Yeah.
wanted to get together. We had a couple people that we're still looking at for filling a position, so
Okay.
a couple other things, so.
Does anybody have any new business? Number 11. Hearing none. What time is it now?
I got 516 on the computer,
5:16, so at
520.
5:20, we will go into executive session. Do you, Don and Julie, do you have the number to go into executive?
I do, and I've got 521 on my computer.
Yeah, they're all of them, even the phone here is different.
Well,
Yeah,
so
All right, it was in the email, right?
yeah, it should have been in the email.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's say 5:25, we'll go into executive session, but Julie, check and see if you have the number to be able to get in.
I'm sure I do. I just have to find it in the email.
Yeah, I got it here, so.
Okay, well.
I have 517 on my computer, so let's say in 8 minutes, we'll get back in.
How about
Executive.
3?
Huh?
How about 3? 5:20. Let's just go in.
You know, just go talk.
Go for it.
All right, well, I'll just log out of here, stop the recording, and we'll log out and go right to it then.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you there.
Bye.